Well, well, well. Luffy always tends to get himself into trouble. Honestly, I have never been so more annoyed at Luffy's antics than I have been now. It is actually almost a miracle that I actually put up with it. I mean, I know this is his trend. It's been a trend that has been going on since 20 years back, so why am I only getting annoyed at it now? I have no idea. Other than that, though, I don't really have too much complaining about it all. Of course, nothing really big happened this chapter, but it did at least go a little bit forward. This is the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer, and this is One Piece chapter 946. As we are going through it all, Queen was not one-shotted in one hit, but he was shotted in 2 hits. So, well, even though Queen says, "Who do you think you're dealing with?" it doesn't change the fact that Big Mom defeats him in just one single, swing. Well, first punch and then a swing. So, well, I'm actually not too bummed out by that. Not over the fact that Big Mom is a Jonko and Queen is a Calamity and therefore weaker than him. No, because Queen is a weak. He needs to be weak. He needs to be defeated one day by someone of the Straw Hats. Also, during the tussle, it actually turns out that Big Mom managed to, flip over the water torture scene, therefore freeing Kitto and Killer Kamasu. So, well, either way, Queen was a little bit knocked out of that. And also it turns out that the prison that held in Kawamatsu is actually open as well, but it's not yet confirmed if Kawamatsu became a victim in that attack. Oh, can you just already confirm if that is Kawamatsu that we can trust? Or something like that. Quit toying with us with all of these different emotions. I mean, he was chained up, so he probably didn't survive, but if he is, well, you know, a red 9 scarabs, then he probably should have been freed. At least from the prison cell. The prison staff tried to contact Kaido, but it turns out all of the prison's dendenmushis or snails are actually not working, because it turns out that that's thanks to Raizo and that annoying Karibo, because Karibo, who have been here for a long time, actually find out where the communication network really is. Actually turns out that Wonokuri's smart pond snail has a greatest shortcoming, which is a weak signal. It actually turns out there's a boss pond snail, which is the one who sends out on long distance to each regions, and each small snail transmits to that thing, which carries on the signal, which means that one snail cannot carry on another to a bigger one, unlike a dendenmushi. A pond snail has to communicate to a boss one if they want to reach another region, meaning that if they take out the boss pond snail, it cannot transmit, which Karibo offers to do. Well, but why do I have a sneaking suspicion that once that is over, he is gonna flee? We'll see. Either way, Raizo uses the confusion in order to find the key. Wonders if he'll do. Elsewhere, Big Mom finds the Ushiruku, but it turns out that it's empty. And what does Luffy does? Well, as what Luffy always does when he is very idiotic. He says it out loud that the Ushiruku was delicious. However, unlike many times before, this is actually one of the few times people actually look at him and says, "You were the culprit." Well, they says that more out loud, but he actually realizes, did I say that out loud? I mean, Luffy says everything out loud, so it's no surprise that he would actually say this eventually. But this is one of the first time he actually realizes, oh crap, I said it out loud! Much to Chopper's frustration. Yeah, because as Chopper rampage, we finally found him and he's right in the middle of trouble. That's Luffy for you. always in trouble. I mean, trouble is practically his middle name, because he's a D after all. So of course Big Mom begins to wreck the arena, but she still doesn't recognize who Luffy is, because she's still in a memory loss. What makes this annoyingly fun is the fact that Luffy doesn't understand why, but he believes it's because he's dressed in a samurai, so he doesn't recognize him. And I'm saying, oh, your idiocy knows no bounds. I mean, Luffy is a guy who cannot recognize an obvious disguise, but he can recognize when someone is in a very good disguise. So it's the fact that Big Mom the only reason why no one recognizes Luffy is because they are outside of Wano Kuri. He is not dressed, he's practically looking the same. Either way, it turns out that Big Mom, who is still in the memory loss, wants to have the Shiruku not because she wants to eat it herself. She actually wanted to share it with the poor townspeople. I have to say, that disgusts me a little bit, because once again you are showing Big Mom's kind side, please. After everything you did, do not make Big Mom sympathetic. She is scum, and she deserves to die like scum. So see, this innocent childlike self of her is actually both disgusting just as it is heartwarming, because this just seems to further imply that Big Mom will have a redemption, not a death. Either way, she destroys the arena, and unfortunately everyone flies out. As the bomb begins to go off, Luffy in panics grabs the colors, and with Haki and many things more, actually managed to rip it off, much to the warden's surprise, and even to Luffy's surprise himself, because he didn't exactly expect to do that. But what he did just now is very vaguely similar to what Rayleigh did when he took off Kami's handcuffs, or bomb cuffs, as well as the giant's Stansen and himself. And it's very likely that Luffy just used advanced Haki, but he did that unconsciously. Because Luffy is a guy who learns things unconsciously until he learns it in instinct. And in that one panic moment, he panicked and did all that. So it's during this time, however, that Hyogoro refuses to run away from another attack of Big Mom, simply because of the reason only when backed into a corner will one's true power bloom. Indeed, the one true way to learn how strong someone can be is to face a Yonko, because Big Mom is about to punch Luffy. As Luffy stands before Hyogoro in order to block the attack, he says, "If you'll die here if I can't block this," and he is well aware. As he proclaims to Big Mom to come, this is a do or die situation. Will Luffy learn that events blocking Haki in a pinch? Well, he better! I'm tired of despair. Give me some hope already! It's about time Luffy enters the level where he can finally hurt a Yonko. He's a main character, damn it. He's supposed to reach that level. So, well, so that's basically this chapter. I mean, I may have ranted and I may have complained, but other than that, it wasn't exactly that bad of a chapter. Its highlight was Queen getting defeated, Luffy proclaiming that he had eaten all Shiruku, him taking off the bomb colors, and now standing before Big Mom in order to block. But it's pretty impressive that it's Hyogoro who says that they should not run. Because, well, he's really putting Luffy on the spot. Luffy was prepared to run here, despite his proclamation that he will not run from a Yonko. So yeah, it's just Udon thing. Other than that, nothing really big happened. Although Kid and Killer was freed from their drowning torture. Kawamatsu's cell is open. The boss Pond Nail is destroyed, which means that this is a perfect opportunity to destroy Udon prisons. Or they could just turn O-lin prison into their own headquarters, you know. But nah, that's unlikely. This is the perfect opportunity to destroy O-lin prison. Especially if they have a calamity like a Big Mom here. But Big Mom being kind, yeah, that honestly disgusts me. You give me your thoughts if you have any.